When this guy was here, the guy that we call Mike in the movie, back in 1978, he had an ad in the paper, in the Herald, asking for young people to join, to become stunt people. So I went out to Ardmore Studios, joined up with him, and we ended up on the beach. There was about 35 of us, and John was one of those people. And we became friends, and so I've known him since 1978, and we were buddy-buddy. We'd always go everywhere together. And he was kind of like the oldest of the whole group, so he kind of looked after everybody. So we'd always hang out together and do stuff, and then, as I say, we were doing Strumpet City, and so that was great. It was like our first movie, or not movie, but TV show, and we all had some great stunts in that. But then we went on to doing all the shows, which became harder to do because you were basically risking your life for basically no money at all. It was just the whole excitement of coming to see a crowd and jumping bikes, high falls and stuff like that. So as the years went on, we got tired of doing that, and we split away from John and this guy that was with him. And John went off to continue on doing shows and live shows. But he did make that phone call the night before the jump and ask his father to come down with the boxes so that he could, obviously I don't know how many boxes he had to get more boxes, but it still wasn't enough to save them. But that's the phone call that Adam does in the phone box there, and he was great. He just really went for it. And he's finding it, like during the whole shoot, he's finding it hard, and certain things are happening to him that it's kind of like John's around, when he's doing stuff. Yeah, we did a great scene out on the motorbike. He's driving on the motorbike, and we're going along, and I didn't ask him to do it. We were going along the bike, and as we were tracking with him, he just dropped his hands and went out into, which was John's signature of movement. When he did the high fall, it was the crucifixion, and he just did it himself. And when we got him off the bike, he was a wreck. He was very emotional about the whole thing. So that was great. So this whole film has been blessed with stuff like that. I mean, even all the people in the town, the locations that we're getting, it's just, and the way the film looks when we look at it, it's just looks amazing. When I decided to do it, then I was kind of like, oh God, how am I going to do it? And then I got Paddy McCartney as the producer on board, and then he got the DOP sorted out, and then we were going, who are we going to put in the film? And I know Simon Delaney for a long time, but I didn't really want to ask him because I'm always asking him to do stuff for me. So I said, no, I won't ask him. But then we were at a funeral together, and Simon asked me what I was doing, and I told him the story, and he said, okay, I'll do it. I don't care what it is, I'll do it for you. So he fit in, and then the other guys, people just mentioned them to me, and I just rang them and asked them, would they do it? So everybody I told the story to just said, yeah, I'll do it. Even down to all the crew. As soon as I said what the story was, they just said, I'm there for it. And like everyone's here, nobody's getting paid. We had to raise the money from GoFundMe and we did. Within 2 weeks we had the money. So it's kind of like, we're just hoping that John's up there going, there you go, there's the money, make my movie. I want us to be on the screen. So yeah, so he's going to be on the screen. Even down to getting the jacket, we got a jacket made for him, stunt jacket. And we came up with the idea one night and we got it printed and we had the jacket the next night. Again, all for nothing. So it's been really weird, the way things have happened. I knew he was getting tired of it. When I used to meet him and have drinks with him, I knew he was getting tired of it. He wanted to go somewhere else. He wanted to just settle down. And if somebody wanted him to do a show, then he'll think about it and do it if he wanted to. But he'd lost the interest because it was just getting too dangerous. So he called me and asked me would I come down. I didn't make it. And when I look back on it now, and everyone's always telling me they kind of that shocked me. So I've always been trying to make up for not being there for him. So that's why I suppose I'm really making the movie, is to make up for not being there. So that's really the heart of the whole film, I think.